2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, are thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at one of golf's iconic venues, Torrey Pines, and our first round coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open. It's about to begin. G'day mates, I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course bringing us all the action this week is Henny Quack and John McCarthy. And Beamer, certainly set up for a stunner today at Torrey Pines South. What do you think these players face this week from the course?
They face a rude awakening. They haven't played too many golf courses yet this year, but they're going to run into Torrey Pines South, and you're going to figure out exactly how good a shape your golf game is in, because it's ruthless. And if you're not careful, you can go out there and shoot a big number in a hurry. It tests every facet of your game. This golf course is an absolute brute.
Can't wait to get into the action. Let's get down to the first hole. And as we turn our attention to our featured player this week, it's impossible to ignore the rivalry that's happening with Will Zalatoris.
Luke, I just don't understand why you'd want to start a rivalry with Will Zalatoris. This featured player must be brimming over with confidence.
Thanks, Henny. That's interesting stuff. I'll be interested to see if our featured player does indeed do well against Willie Z. Come on, get a good bounce to the left. And he's safely on the green with that shot. John, have you got a good read on this one?
It looks like this putt is going to start out straight, then take a turn to the left.
What a disappointment. And that should secure the par on this one. He's tied for 6th on this leaderboard. Torrey Pines South has a wonderful short par 4 coming right here at the second.
Yeah, a nice little ease into the round, isn't it? Fairway metal off the tee, driver really not needed, but this green can get a little tricky with 3 distinct tiers on it. Find the right one, and you could be finding an early birdie.
Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Yeah, he's looking good. Just birdied his last hole.
Lining up this putt. Still some meat on the bone. Watch this one break. Oh.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
This is a 20-footer. They're going to like the look of this one. That's in the circle of friendship.
It's downhill the entire way, and yet inexplicably comes up short.
Par putt coming up here. Job done. Let's head to the next. Solid play finds that player moving up the leaderboard after that hole. There are so many stunning golf holes on this entire property. And this third, the par 3 downhill, certainly one of the elite holes on the course.
I like it when they move this tee box up and it's only a wedge, because when they make it a 5-iron or more, this thing gets really difficult. Firm green, actually tilts away from you towards the ocean. This is a really difficult green to find.
Ooh, just skinned the hole, that one. This putt is about 10 feet from the hole. All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
If this does anything, I think it'll move a little bit to the left.
Putt is underway.
And with that lovely play, they're now ahead of their rival. It's getting serious, isn't it? Currently 1 under for the round. One of the hardest holes on the entire property is the par 4 fourth, Rich. It is a strong, demanding hole right from tee to green.
I love this hole. Just take it out of those bunkers on the right-hand side and hit yourself a nice little baby draw. And from there, you have probably one of the coolest green complexes, I think, on the golf course. Really difficult to make birdie, and actually you're pretty happy making par. But I'm telling you what, sit there and enjoy the beauty of this hole. It's a doozy.
Well, every week there's a certain bunch of players that everyone keeps an eye on. This one seems to be exactly in that company. One of the strong favourites to win, don't you think, Rich?
We've seen this player time and time again contend for tournaments, and it is no surprise to see him doing it once again this week. It is so fun watching this player. They're in top form.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
This is looking like 37 foot.
Watch this thing turn.
He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. Okay, he's holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. There's a real premium on your tee shots here at Torrey Pines South Course. Keeping ball in fairways critical, and that is illustrated also by the par 4 fifth.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
Okay, clubbing down.
This is some ball striking. Hitting greens in regulation, it's a thing of beauty.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens in regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
Yeah, good safe shot this one. That should find the surface. Oh, it's in the hole, and for birdie.
And this is why you got to keep your foot on the gas at all times. These guys and girls are good.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
This putt's going to come in from the left side.
A par putt on the table. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par. He finds himself in a share of the lead. The 6th hole's a really cool par 5. Once you get back up onto the top of the hill here, you want to try and take on the corner of this par 5.
Yeah, taking it down the right-hand side, it will seriously reduce this par 5, but you got to avoid the rough. It can get really nasty. From there, you could possibly run it up between all those bunkers. There's one low spot area on the left-hand side of this green that will come into play should you get your distance control a little bit wrong.
That's some good golf right there. And playing this one from around 120 yards out. A chance to move to a couple under the card with this putt. The dreaded shove always hurts on the greens. 5 feet coming up to the cup.
This one is for par.
Sitting at 1 under after that hole. The par 4 7th, a little dog leg left to right. Again, positioning of the tee is key.
This fairway slopes pretty good from left to right. Players want to start it out at the fairway bunker down the left-hand side and just hit a gentle fade off of that. Second shot here is to an elevated green. Don't go long whatsoever here. That's when the barranca and the canyons come into play.
looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Well, this one's looking really good from the rough. This would be a great up and down. Oh, I thought that one was going in. And a par putt awaits him. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. We head up the hill away from the ocean here at the 8th hole, Rich. A lovely par 3, but all the challenges in the green.
It is. It's very wide, not very deep. Players going in there with kind of mid-irons to short irons. Uphill the entire way. Difficult to get it on that back level when they stick the pin all the way on top.
Sitting at 1 under. Setting up here with a very long putt.
This one to save par.
And he's down there. You got a read?
You know, I've been prowling around. It's definitely uphill and moving to the right-hand side.
This one's come off the blade pretty nicely. Come on. You beauty. What a putt. He's currently tied for first. The par 5 ninth is a monster over 600 yards, Rich. Challenging, to say the least.
I think the challenging part about it, Luke, is it's just straight away. You have to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and a straight third shot to find the green in 3. It really is just that simple and straightforward. The green does have 2 tiers on it, but for the most part, Luke, it's an inviting third shot.
Yeah, this is the stuff we love, getting after this par 5 in 2.
2 big hits there, knocking in on this par 5 and 2.
13 feet to the cup.
With this putt, he'll get 1 up on Will Zalatoris. What a match this has been.
So close to the eagle. Okay, let's head to the next. There's no doubt about it, Rich. This is an outstanding position to be in.
Always great to be in the lead, Luke. There's no doubt about it. But let's face it, lots of golf yet to be played. Let's see how this player handles it.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
A nice helping hand he's going to get from this wind. Yeah, this one's a little bit left. Not so nice.
This now, his 3rd shot. Oh, right by the hole. If he makes this, he'll save his par. And Henny, what's he looking at for this putt?
This putt is 39 foot out.
This looks pretty tiny, this. Great speed.
You know you want to. You know you want to.
Putting for bogey here.
Don't be fooled by the short length. There is still a lot of movement here to the left.
And after that, he'll drop to 1 under par. There aren't too many easy holes here at Torrey Pines South, but the course certainly gets tougher as we head to the par 3 11th.
Yeah, and not a big target either. You got deep bunkers both left and right. You got a shelf up there top left. This is just a strong, difficult, lovely, if you like, par 3.
Opting for the hybrid, I think. Time for the second shot at the 11th. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
Just one off the lead after that hole. Welcome to the par 4 12th hole.
This is about as tough a hole as you're going to find anywhere on the planet. Prevailing wind coming right back into the players. You just have to step up and hit a solid tee shot to find the fairway. From there, you're going in with a mid to long iron, sometimes even a hybrid to a green that sits just above you. Not a ton of movement, but enough from back right to front left to make you think.
Standing over this one, and it's a very long putt. Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
I've got it going right to left here.
That's disappointing.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Yeah, he's in a great position, currently in first place. Can he maintain that?
Well, that one's come off the blade with intent. This one could make it all the way to the hole. Let's return to live play now. This putt to move into a tie for first. Currently at -1 following that hole.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
13 is a really cool par 5, the first of 2 in the inward 6 holes here, but you've got to know your drive if you want to get there in 2.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
That was wonderfully done. Will Zalatoris is someone that everyone attached themselves to very quickly. He made that explosive start to his professional career. He's already ridden some serious back injury issues, but he shows a lot of heart and character, doesn't he? Because he's fought back very quickly.
He has. He's one of those players that he's silly talented, isn't he? The ball striking is absolutely amazing. You know, we've talked a little bit about his putting a little bit, but he gets past all of that, doesn't he? He just gets the job done time and time again. And I think that's what's going to be his legacy, is that he's out there. He's going to be a grinder. He's not going to go anywhere. You know, when you go head to head, you're going to have your hands full. He's just one of these all around really, really solid players in the game. And I love the way he goes about his business.
Well, as we head into our finishing stretch, it starts with the par 4 14th.
Nice tee shot here. A little bit more room to the right than the players really feel like there is. However, that also brings a rough on the right-hand side into play, and you don't want to be there, especially with this green that's set right back against the canyon. It's a difficult second shot, almost an infinite edge pool look, if you will. You really have to bear down and make sure you have a good idea of your distance control on your second shot.
Yeah, this one, it's veering off a little bit to the right.
How close was that to going down? Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
He's just fallen to 1 stroke behind his rival.
That one's going to break a long way from the left. putting for par. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
Yeah, he's been prowling around this one. It's 11 foot out.
That's all right. Still time to make a couple of pars or even a birdie or two out there today. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. We stride across the 15th, Rich, and we talk about strong par fours. This is another one.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
Nicely done.
Big par saver coming up for this fella. So no movement there. He stays at even with the card. '16th, the last of the par threes on this golf course, but it's not an easy one.
This is underrated difficult. The green is big in size, but it plays awfully small because there's really small sections to this green. The front, the back right, and the top left. If you find the right section, job well done. If you don't, it's going to be a difficult two-putt to say the least.
And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. And back to the play, shall we? Players setting up, trying to get up and down from the bunker. And that's well played. Safely onto the putting surface. John, what's the line on this putt?
Looks like it's going left to right on this putt.
That's a good sign of a player's character, Rich. Still managed to make something out of the hole.
Nice up and down there. Not a very difficult bunker shot, but nice to get it up and down nonetheless.
Birdies are good. Harness them. Block the bogeys. They're bad. This is his second shot. And only one off the pace here. I've seen worse looking swings at a playground. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot. This would be a great up and down. Ooh, that almost went down. Oh, a 9-foot chance here.
Let's keep those doubles off the card.
And down it goes. And that's a little disappointing, dropping some spots on the leaderboard. Well, the finishing hole here at Torrey Pines South, one of the more famous on the PGA Tour, site of so many of Tiger's wonderful victories. Par 5, you can get there in 2.
You can, but you have to thread your drive in between those 4 fairway bunkers that line the fairway. From there, now you have to think, do I want to take on this flag with the bunkers right, bunkers left, and certainly the water in front? It's a daunting second shot, but if you're brave enough to take it on, then you could reap massive rewards.
Trying to get it to move a little bit to the left here.
Setting this putt up from a mile away. And he's down there. You got a read?
This has got loads of movement right to left, this one. Good effort from there.
Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. He'll be disappointed with that. Way to shake it. This putt needs to go if they want to make the cut this week. He's finished his second round right on the cut line. So far, things are looking good for him, but a nervous wait ahead as there's still some players out on the course. Through to the weekend, Rich, and that was a pretty gutsy performance.
Absolutely. Always out there fighting, trying to make the cut. Doesn't really have the ball striking this week. However, there's still a chance you could win this tournament. You got to have a good round tomorrow and certainly follow it up Sunday. But listen, there's still a chance.
Well, that'll just do it. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.